All right. Well, we are live once again here, the second edition, if you will, of my live show, Live with David. Hello, everybody. I'm David Burrows. Thanks for joining me on this broadcast tonight. Really excited about doing our live broadcasts here. I'll be here every Tuesday night, 8 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. And the reason we say Eastern Standard Time is because it's not just about local anymore. The whole planet is local now with what we're doing with Facebook Live and different live streamings. And thank you so much for joining us. We appreciate you being here and checking us out. Now, if you haven't been part of what we're doing here, if you weren't here last week, Bren Dubé was here last week. An amazing show, an amazing guy. We've got another great guest coming up here in just a few moments. But I want to talk to you about what we're doing here. It's called BeLive.tv. And if you've ever thought about doing any broadcasting on the internet, it's a great platform for using with Facebook Live. We're very thankful to our friends at BeLive TV for allowing us to be one of the beta testers. Some really cool features going along. And you that are watching can engage with us here and our guests. This is a cool thing. If you've got your webcam and a microphone, most people do, and most webcams have a microphone built right into them. You're going to have an opportunity to click on a link in our Facebook page, wherever you're watching from, and come on live, live in front of your camera to be here on our show tonight, Live with David. So that's exciting stuff because I've always got some really cool guests that I'm going to be bringing to you. Some you may have heard of, some you've not heard of, but are doing some great things in the world. And we just welcome you to the show here tonight. Yeah. So, and if you're going to be sharing things around, we'd appreciate you sharing using hashtag Live with David, and just share the broadcast if you would to your Twitter and Tweeter and Tutor and whatever you're using out there for social media. So, without further ado, I got to tell you, I'm really excited. I've actually met this young man through my son, Jason. And I've come to know him quite well, actually. And we have a lot of respect for each other and what each other's doing. He is a YouTuber, and he's a very well-known YouTuber all around the world. And he's also done some motivational speaking. He's an entrepreneur. He's a young man doing some great, great things. And we're going to bring him on now. I think he's ready. Yep, it looks like he is. He'll be on here in just a moment. And there he be.
Hello. How are you?
Well, hello, Alfonso Leon Peterman. Thanks for being here.
Yes, my internet alias.
Yeah. Well, thanks so much. I know we've been sort of planning this for a few days, so it's nice of you to take time out of your busy schedule. I mean, I have people say to me all the time, "Boy, you're so busy. How do you keep doing stuff?" Wow, you're super busy.
Yeah. I have a lot going on. It's just I multitask, and I work on YouTube a lot. I do a lot of videos and a lot of batch files and just a lot of things. It's just I have a lot going on. But I'm managing it pretty well, and I'm taking it humbly. So I'm very thankful that I have what I got going on.
Yeah, and we're going to talk about all the different things that you do, and some of the challenges you've had and how you've overcome those as well. But you're in South Louisiana, is that right?
That is correct. I'm in the deep South.
So it's we tried to figure out how far you would be from us, but South Louisiana. What part of that are you like?
That's like New Orleans, Baton Rouge, Lafayette.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
So the city that you're in, what would be population of where you're at?
Oh God, it's a growing population. It's always growing. It's like at one point in the past, it was like really stagnated, but now I think we're at a good, I want to say like 50,000.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
So just a little bit. Actually, we're about 73,000 where we're at here in Sarnia, Ontario. So
right.
We're about the same. So we got a good idea. Well, I want to ask you. I mean, you're 19 years old, right?
Yes, I am.
So I have to tell you, for the story that I do know about you, and I know you've shared a lot more with me just recently, but and Jason's told me a lot. You've really had quite an adventurous life so far for 19 years of age. Would you say?
I would definitely agree with that. I've had a combination of ups and downs and lefts and rights. You know, it's crazy because, I mean, I'm really young, and people are like really surprised when they hear that I'm 19. And I mean, I have nothing to say. I mean, those are the experiences that I go through, and those are just the things that just happened to me. But I'm thankful. I have no regrets at all for anything that happened to me, because it made me who I am today. It shaped me. It redefined my mindset, and I can be ever grateful for that, you know?
Yeah. What, let's go way back.
Okay.
And at a younger age, you know, like what are your family influences? I haven't really had a chance to ask you about that, but can you share that with us?
Well, of course, the two main primary influencers is, of course, my mom and my grandmother. They're both very, very, very loving and caring. They have sacrificed a lot from themselves to support me. They have done they have done so much. It's like, if you think about it, it's like, man, I will do everything in my power today to help them because of what they did for me. Because I didn't have like a average childhood like that the society would define, you know, because I had different trials and tribulations, and I was born with a growth deficiency, so there's things like that. But overall, they were my motivators. They were my driving force. They encouraged me. They propelled me forward. They believed in me, and that's so important. That is so important, because when you are young and you have a vision or a passion, and you just have something that you want to do, it's always good to have somebody to back you up and support what you're doing. And so that's exactly what they did. My mom was really good with that. My grandmother was really good with advice and just being there for me. And in spite of the odds, they were always there. So I would definitely put those in the top two of my list.
Yeah, that's amazing. It's great to be able to have that influence in our lives, and you know, it always comes from different areas. For those of you just joining us, once again, we're talking with YouTube personality and entrepreneur, and now a good friend of ours here, Alfonso Leon Peterman. And keep watching. And if you've got some comments you want to make, please share them on the Facebook page. If you're watching us on our Facebook page at the Video Show Network, or in my group Live with David, you can share your comments. And we're going to be sending out a link coming up shortly where you can come on the broadcast if you want and talk to our friend Alfonso. Alfonso, you go to school as well, and what's the besides the YouTube?
Yeah.
What are you doing to keep busy?
Outside of YouTube, I am really, really into computer technology. That's my major thing. I love information technology. I've been studying that since freshman year in high school. So basically, when I was a freshman, actually before I was a freshman, my bird is like having a mess right now. But before I was a freshman, I was introduced to a program in my high school. That program is called the Academy of Information Technology. And basically that was an academy that it basically taught basic fundamentals about anything in technology, or the most major contributors to technology. So the good thing about it is that it didn't just, teach me some things and then kind of pass me on to college. It taught me something about everything. It gave me a foundation in every topic. So for example, we learned about programming, we learned about, video game design, we learned about, database entry, Microsoft Word. We learned about hardware repair. So we learned about all of these different concepts, and we got a foundation. So that way we could find what we like most and use that to make a decision on where we're going to go, like major in college. So I did that. I graduated from there, which was an honor because we started out with like 150, and at the end we were only 15 left. So a lot of people dropped out, but we were the overcomers. We kind of made it through. So we passed through that, and then I am now in a community college, and I am studying information technology, which is really focusing on the networking portion of computers like communications and routers and all the networking principles. And so we're learning about that now. But I mean, other than school, because that's just like my mornings, other than that, I'm business oriented. I am business success oriented. I am pursuing, I'm freelancing my own thing. I'm trying to start my own companies, trying to get my own clients, own customers. I want to become an independent businessman. And there's challenges and difficulties with that as well, but I truly feel like it's something that I am capable of doing, and I have no problem with taking on the challenge. So, yeah.
Speaking of challenges, what kind of things were you talked a little bit earlier about some challenges when you were younger. Mm-hmm. What did you do to overcome that?
Well, just to like summarize it, I've had a lot of challenges, especially being born a cleft palate child, but that was just the beginning of it. It was just, it was really difficult middle school and early high school, but it got better eventually. But overall, I overcame the challenges by just maturing, by understanding my own value. And that's what I want to highlight, for all of this, and I tell people all the time, understanding your value goes a long way. Understanding your value literally causes you to develop an immunity to hatred, an immunity to intolerance, discrimination, to anything, any type of opposition. If you know who you are, if you know how much you're worth, then you're secure in that. So anything that people tell you, it's not going to penetrate what your already presumptions, right? So that was my journey, is the journey to knowledge of self, understanding who I am, my value, my originality, my uniqueness, right? And we all have it. We all have it. It's you, Mr. Burrows, everyone who's watching, everyone who's not watching. That's right. I'm original. No, but it's true. We all have originality. There's not a duplicate individual on earth that is just like us. And we have to understand that and know how much we're worth. And once we do that, anything people say, it's not going to affect you because you're secure in your identity. And that was what really got me through the majority of my challenges, was my knowledge of self.
That's a pretty, I have to tell you, and that's a great answer, but it's a pretty amazing answer, again, coming from a 19-year-old young man.
Yeah.
I mean, it's fantastic to hear. It's great because obviously the people around you have taught you these things, mm-hmm. and you've embraced your challenges that you've had rather than let them beat you up to the point of give up, right?
Right. That's the key, And I also say to a lot of people, because challenge, like the term challenge sounds intimidating. That sounds like, man, I don't want to deal with a challenge. It sounds like it's a discomfort, like it's something that you shouldn't deal with. But in all honesty, I mean, you should love challenges. And the reason why is because by loving challenges, by embracing a challenge, falling in love with a challenge, it's basically falling in love with progress, mental progress as a person, your personality. It's falling in love with progress because once you overcome those challenges and those goals, you progressed as an individual. You're able to achieve those things. So, the more that you overcome the challenges, the better you are as a person. So don't be offended or don't be upset or intimidated by challenges. Love them because they are your foundation, your cornerstone of improvement as a person, mentally, So I always reiterate that because people tend to think of challenge like, I don't want to deal with a challenge. But challenges are for our health if you let them.
Well, that's a great way to put it. I just want to say hello to a couple of people out there. I see Jay Peckham is out there, a friend of mine from our area. Hey there, Jay. And Kyle Nolan, wherever you're calling in from or watching in from, I should say. And again, we're going to be putting out a link in just a few minutes here you can come on the broadcast, join us here, talk to our friend Alfonso, ask him for advice or give him some, or give you a challenge. Maybe you like a challenge.
Give me a challenge. There you go. Right.
I know Jason's out there as well, and we're going to keep an eye on our comments page there, folks. I'm going to put that out there in just a minute. Alfonso, you've done a lot of traveling for a young man.
I have done quite a bit of traveling, and I am not finished. I have a lot to go. The image there, that's actually one of the 7 wonders of the world, which is one of the things I really want to push for, because that's a part of my bucket list. I want to go to all the 7 before I die. So that brings me down to 6. That is the Mayan temple in Chichen Itza, Yucatan, Mexico. And we went there. It was a wonderful tour. We had a great guide. He taught us a lot about the ancient history and the culture there. And that's really, like, I have a passion for that. I have this, I don't know, it's an internal passion because I honestly, I just kind of took that as learning, like a learning experience, because when you look into ancient history, you learn about the civilization of ages past, and you can learn from them and how they live naturally, and you can really see where we've come, like how far we've come and the progress we've made and the regression, right, that we've made as humans. There's things that we've gotten worse on, and there's things we've improved on tremendously. But I have a burning desire for ancient history. I love it. I'm fascinated by it, just to see how they built that thing with no bulldozers or, no construction companies. This was made by hand and, simple machinery. So that was an amazing trip, and I'm never going to forget that.
Well, you've got a big fan out there, Kyle Nolan.
Yeah. Let me see if I can, from this end, I think there's a comment section I can pull up. Yeah, I think I saw it. There it is. Alfonso, if it wasn't for you, I've used you as an idol in school because you're just, wow. Well, I'm honored that you took my my way of life as an modeling. And I just want to encourage you to keep going, keep propelling yourself forward, keep learning. Don't be afraid of downfalls or mistakes, because that's what causes you to grow. That's what causes success. Greatness cannot be achieved without failure. So I don't feel sorry for people when they say, "Oh, I'm failing." Well, that's good. That means you're growing because you're going to learn from that failure. So I'm honored by that, man, and if you need anybody to talk to, I'm gonna be wide open. So
you have a lot of. Do you realize just how much influence you have? Like, I know, like my son, it really looks up to you a lot. I mean, I know you have a lot of fun on your channel, and you do, but you also, you have. You get a little emotional on your channel sometimes when things in the world happen. I know recently, like with Cleveland, right? And there were some other things. You really watch the whole world, but do you know you have that influence on people when you're doing your show?
Honestly, initially I don't think that. Like it's not something that comes to mind, because the content of my channel directly is not like motivation. The direct content is just fun, entertainment, Transformers. But when I get messages with people saying, "Man, you changed my life, you changed how I think, this happened in my life, this happened in my life." Somebody not too long ago, the winner of my recent giveaway, sent me an entire paragraph about how he was going through a very, very tough time with the death of his loved one, and also a really bad situation in his family. So, and he told me that I helped him out, and I honestly don't know. I guess if unless people don't tell me, I don't know. I'm honored that I'm making that influence, and that I'm able to positively affect someone's life in that way. That's always what I want to do. I really want to do that. But it's all it's all a part of the character and development as a person. So Hey there, Ethan.
Yeah.
Welcome to the broadcast, man.
And Ethan's asking, or it's Kyle, or I guess it's Ethan that's asking, what's this broadcast for? Well, for those of you joining us, this is a broadcast. My name is David Burrows. I live in Sarnia, Ontario, Canada, and I just chose to take this new platform called BeLive.tv, which is available to anyone, by the way. If you're thinking of doing some broadcasting, I encourage you to visit our friends at BeLive.tv. But it's a good question, because I truly believe that this live streaming and this connecting like this, we can have a positive effect on our world, which now with technology is the whole planet. You know, and what's happening right here in front of us actually is a really good example. Alfonso and I have never met. I heard about him through my son, Jason, who's a big Transformers freak, right? And then I taking interest in my son, I followed on. So here we are, from South Louisiana to Canada, no borders anymore, right? So
I am literally blown away by that, honestly. Like, the idea that I can connect with somebody from across the world or the nation or wherever, and we're like looking face to face. You know, that part of technology, even though I've done, technology major, that part really it still amazes me. I don't know. It just amazes me, because it's like, man, I can connect with people, like, just from.
We know that we've talked a bit now about your serious side and your influential side. Yeah. Well, let's talk about your sense of humor. Because you really, I think even my son was freaking out that day when he thought that your show was over.
Yeah. I'm sorry. Okay. Let me just tell you how that happened. I actually didn't plan for that. I did not plan for that at all. That was completely spontaneous. When I tell you, that was just like, hey, tomorrow's April Fool's, I'm going to do this. Because I haven't really, done any April Fool's jokes on my channels. And so this was actually my first, real April Fool's joke. And so I was like, well, I can't really do anything, believable, because it's the night before April Fool's. I have to plan this in advance. But I said, well, what if I just say that I'm quitting? And I make it really believable, to the point where I'm almost crying. Some of them might believe, and it turns out all of them believed. To the point to where it got to the Huffington Post, and I was just like, what? I actually didn't even see that. Somebody sent me that. I guess they took a picture of the screen, and they sent that over to me, in a direct message on Facebook. And I was like, oh my God. I was like, holy crap. So that's when I went live afterwards, and I revealed that it was a joke. But wow, that's incredible. They had a whole news story about that.
Well, that's got to be a clue that you're having some effect on the world.
Yeah, well, that's an indication there. I mean, the Huffington Post, geez. I would understand BuzzFeed or something, but the Huffington Post, an official
fake news.
Yeah, fake news.
I got to ask the question, how are you dealing with the fake news over in your part of the world?
Well, I tend to do my own research, and I also encourage everybody else to do that as well. Research for yourself can never be taken from you. You can hear something on the news. You can hear something on CNN. You can hear something all over the place. But until you see it for yourself and you prove it to yourself, you're not going to ever be 100% sure. You can't prove it to yourself unless you research it. So in terms of that, the fake news thing, I've honestly believed personally that it's all over the place. Mainstream media, it's just the news is a disaster these days, and it's not really the people's fault. It's really just a matter of time and things with the government that we're not going to go too deep into it, but that's just it's become a circus. It's become like a whole show. And that's not what it's about. It should be about reporting the truth in spite of how people may react. Right. So what I usually do is I research for myself. I basically have my own system. I research one thing within a topic, and I use multiple sources, not the ones that are already proven to be fake news, like the additional sources. and I do that. And then if I find one common denominator, one common agreement in all of them, then I'll accept that as truth because they're all reporting the same thing, even though they have differences. But that's my strategy. The Washington Times I found to be very credible. But yeah, it's a matter of trial and error and putting forth effort, which is what many people these days don't want to do, but putting forth effort to research and find out information for yourself. And it's going to take you a long way. It really will.
Great answer. And a great and safe answer.
Very safe, very safe. I got to put that disclaimer, man. Dude, look, research for yourself. Yeah. And you're going to know what I'm talking about, what I can't really
Here's some more of your success up on the screen there now.
Yes, that was
like a bazillion. I can't see the number, but it's a whole bunch.
Yeah, that was probably, I would say, the biggest milestone of my channel so far. That was my Transformers trailer fan made that I made, and I honestly, I didn't even like it when I posted it. I thought it just didn't fit the vision, it just really wasn't what I wanted. But I said, well, I might as well just put it on. It's going to get a couple thousand views, and I'll get some change off of it. But thing exploded, and I was like, whoa. Because when it got to 100,000, I was like, wow, well, people enjoy this. When it got to 500,000, I was like, whoa, people really like this. And then it got to 1 million. I said, holy crap, oh my gosh. I really could not believe that. I really could not believe that so many people took interest in that trailer, whether they loved it or hated it. They took interest into it. They invested their time and actually watched what I made. And that part means a lot more to me than whether you like it or not, because everybody's going to have a preference no matter what you make. But the fact that you thought it was so interesting to watch it and then comment. So, yeah, that's by far the biggest milestone on my channel so far. People have to consider the source of information. Big shots, yes, that's true. The source of information has a lot, actually has everything to do with the credibility of that information. So you are exactly right, Jay. But yeah, this thing here is, I was blown away to the point where I took a picture of the screen and I had to that actual picture there is what I sent to my mom. I actually took that with Snapchat. I drew it and I put the little excitement to send it to her to show her, man, I just got 1 million views. And she was really, really excited. So
yeah, that is exciting. Well, I think, as broadcasters, we all kind of hope for that big view or whatever. I'm more Facebook Live and my weekly shows recorded on Facebook. I use YouTube, to keep my videos up there, but I've never really pushed that side of it. So
right.
The different platforms, right? But we're guilty. We're always looking and refreshing our screen to see how many views we got. But at the end of the day, I was talking to a friend of mine actually in the Be Live group that it's really not about the numbers. It's about the impact.
That's it.
That you can have and the influence you can have. And even if there's only one person in that broadcast, they might stick with you through the whole thing. You never know what you might be doing for that person. Those of you just joining us and watching, we're talking with our friend Alfonso Leon Peterman. He is a big YouTuber in the world of YouTube, and we're proud to call him our friend and have him here talking with us tonight. Now, the link is in our comments page on the Video Show Network. So if you want to go to our page, the Video Show Network, and click on that link, get in front of your webcam and your microphone. And I know, hello, Michelle Dion is out there, another friend of ours here in Sarnia. I bet Mom is very proud.
Yeah, she is, and I'm glad I'm able to make her proud because again, the sacrifices and the things she's done for me in the past, she deserves to be proud.
Yeah,
of what she's done.
Well, let's see if we can get some other people out there who are proud of you. Like my son Jason is out there, I think, anxiously waiting. So Jason, if you're watching, click on the link. Jay, anybody, if you see the link on the Video Show Network page, click on that and it'll bring you into the lobby. It won't put you live right away. You have to come in and I'll make sure you're decent before we
Yeah.
before we put the live.
Right. I gotta do the filter, right?
So Jason, if you're out there, or Michelle, or Jay, or anybody who wants to come on the camera, do that now. I noticed here too, yeah, and you sent me. I appreciate you sending me all these pictures. Here's another life experience.
Yeah.
You're a police officer or in training, or well, I'll let you tell the story.
Yeah. I mean, it was it actually happened spontaneous. Another spontaneous decision. It wasn't something that I just jumped up and did, but I would say in the year 2013 is when I started developing more of an interest for law enforcement. I started developing an interest for, serving the community and helping the community in any way possible. And I know law enforcement is an amazing way to support the community, to help the community, and to be there for them. And, well, I mean, first responders in general, but I was really drawn to the police side of it. So back in 2013, there was a school resource officer who had a offering of a junior police program called the Explore program. And basically that was a program that would take you through all the basic fundamentals and some of the advanced fundamentals of police work. So they would teach you how to fight. They would teach you how to run. There's even science with how you run to increase your endurance and make you run faster for a longer period of time. It's crazy. And then they would teach you how to, all the codes and everything, and how to talk to the public and everything. So I am really, really grateful, and I don't regret a moment of that experience, because that really had a big factor in my maturity as a teenager, because when I joined, I was in high school. So I was still an adolescent. I was still kind of, and I still am, but I was younger, I was more, inexperienced. And so that brought me through a really nice journey of maturity and understanding. And when they would expose you to a lot of information and the reality, that's what really got me, was the reality. When when the officers would say, you got to be ready to die. When you walk out, when you put on a badge, strap on a gun, and you go out on the streets, you have to be ready to lose your life that day. And if you're not ready, don't go on a job, period. Do not ever become a police officer, because that's the first thing you got to be ready for. Because at any given moment, something really terrible can happen. So that gave me a real reality check. Like, whoa, there's people out there, millions, that have a badge and gun that can literally die as I speak. That really just blew me away. And it also gave me an inside view of law enforcement, especially nowadays, which I'm glad I have, because nowadays, there's a lot of opposition with police departments. Whether or not that opposition is rightful is up to that individual. That's a matter of your point of view and perspective. Because, in my opinion, both parties need repair. But just that experience enabled me to really get a behind-the-scenes look of police work. Why do they make the decisions they make? Why do they tell you to step out the vehicle? Why are you putting your hands behind your back? Why do you have to take your hands out of your pockets? Small things like that, I understood. So when I would see things on the news, like police officer does this to this individual, but when I look at it, I'm like, well, I mean, if he would have complied, it probably would not have gotten that bad, So it's
it's usually something stupid.
Right. I mean, it does take two to make a conflict, so you can't just blame one party anyway. But that really gave me an inside view and really gave me a full understanding on that type of thing.
It's another great story. Well, I have got to bring somebody on here. He's been a big fan of yours, and it's how I met you, and he should be coming in there in just a few moments.
All right.
There is my son, Jason.
There he is.
Hello.
The Alfonso, what is going on, buddy?
Alfonso, how are you?
Alfonso, what's going on, bud? Nice to see you.
Not too much. How you doing?
I'm doing well. I'm working a lot. I'm really trying to finish these final exams. That's what's really.
Yeah, I saw you earlier. How did that go?
Yeah, I passed them all so far. I've got 90 something with them, but I have 3 more, so I'm still hustling, still studying, trying to get some more 90s. You know?
No pressure.
Yeah. What you been up to, man?
Not too much really. Just working, sleeping,
Right.
trying to game.
As much as his dad will let him.
Right. There you go. I see you got Transformers, that December teaser back there. That was a shocker, man. That was something.
Well, let's try to bring this together a little bit more for those who are watching. And again, for those who are watching, if you go to our Facebook page, the Video Show Network, there's a link there you can click on, and you come into a lobby here if you want to talk to Alfonso or myself. But let's talk about how you two met. So, Jason, if you want to maybe talk about how you came across Alfonso, and then how he's I know he's had a positive impact on you. Can you share that story?
Well, it all started quite a few years ago, actually. It was when I had my first YouTube channel. I had subscribed to Alfonso when he had roughly 250 subscribers, and it was right around when I was getting into liking Transformers and all those videos and whatnot. And he was one of the few YouTubers I was taking a look at and keeping an eye on, saying, I don't know, what's this guy like? Do I like him, or I don't know, do I just unsubscribe and move on? But I kept subscribed until I ended up getting a new YouTube channel, subscribing back again, and then Transformers 3 was coming out, and I think he made some videos about that, and the Transformers Prime TV show, he was making predictions and reactions and all kinds of news videos about that, and that grabbed my attention a lot. And then he started doing this giveaway thing, and I was one of the winners of that, and it was a big hype for me, and it was awesome to call my friend back then.
Wow, man, that's lovely, man. I know we've had quite a history when you go back and you think about it, man. It's been from the Transformers Prime reactions to the giveaways, to the little funny videos I would try to make with the Warhead Challenge, the ice bucket. It's
the ice bucket as well. Yes.
Yes. Right.
I was able to get your attention for that.
The giveaways, Alfonso,
Mm-hmm.
I think are something that I know a lot of YouTube personalities do, but it's great that you do, because it's really a way for you to connect and you sort of become real, right?
Right.
Because I remember when Jason got that prize in the mail, it was just, he was through the roof. And then recently you started doing a call into your show, and Jason called you, and then he had to call me while he was on the phone with you. He was just, and
right.
He was so excited. He was overjoyed and happy.
Yeah,
so again, I say you've got to know by now the positive impact that you're having on people around the world, and that's got to make you feel really good.
I mean, in all honesty, it really humbles me, you know, beyond all things. It really humbles me to know that people actually are impacted by what I do, you know. I love Transformers and action movies and, you know, fun, high energy stuff. But at the end of the day, I try to help people as much as I can. And I've always done that, even before I made the channel. I've always tried to be of assistance to people, which is, again, the police department, you know, going back to all that. So, you know, to know that I'm doing that while also making fun videos, that's a win-win, you know, I'm doing what I love and people are taking things from it. And so, Jason, man, we definitely had a journey, and many other people too who've known me for a while. It's awesome to know that you guys take value.
I'm glad I met you, though.
In what I do. I'm glad I met you too, man.
It didn't even stop at the giveaway. We're back with the giveaways, and it most certainly won't.
Yeah, absolutely. No, it's
stop now.
I'm gonna continue doing that as well.
Sure.
Right. Yeah, no, I mean, I'm gonna continue doing it as well. You know, the giveaways and whatnot, and I'll continue growing the audience. But of course, I'm never gonna forget the initial people.
That's awesome. Well, Jason, thanks for stopping in, buddy, and sharing the story here with Alfonso. All right, so yeah, my son's he's had a lot of great things to say about you, and you know, you guys really connected, which is really cool. I'm just looking. I sort of lost track here, running the talk show at the same time. Yeah, here's another. I'm really jealous of this one.
Yeah, that was an adventure there. I really like. That's one of the things I want to do again. You know, that's one of the things I want to put on my bucket list again to do. That was in the islands of Tahiti, which is one of the most expensive vacations. But it was lovely. We went snorkeling, and you could swim with the fish. And you see, I'm holding onto a rope. That rope is actually an anchor that anchored a boat nearby. So I was holding on to that, trying to pull it out of the sand. And you're swimming with fish, and I saw the stingrays and sharks. And there was a photographer that we had with us, and he had an underwater camera, a waterproof, water-resistant, anything, you know. And he was able to take images underwater and give it to us. So that, man, I love that so much. I want to go back and do that.
So who you say with us? Who did you go on these trips with?
Well, this was a family trip right here. This was with my mom and my stepdad. We went there like together. It was like I think it was just like a random family vacation trip. Yeah, we just decided to go there, and it was lovely, and it was funny because we were in the water, and like there were people in boats that were really, really far, and I'm like, guys, do you not know that like there's sharks here? I'm not getting too far from the land, you know? The further away from the land you got, the larger the sharks. So I wasn't really too fond of that. I was okay with the small ones, you know? And the stingrays were also pretty intimidating, but they're pretty though. I love the marine life. It was a really awesome experience.
Well, you've got some great stories in there, and I'll just take a moment again and say hello to everybody who's watching, and we thank you for being here on the broadcast. Wherever you're watching from, we appreciate you making your comments so we can share them. And if you're on our Facebook page, the Video Show Network, or in my group, Live with David, there's a link there. We invite you to get in front of your webcam and come online and talk with Alfonso and just share some cool stories if you've got one about him. Alfonso, let me ask you, we're getting close to wrapping up. We've still got about 15 minutes left, but I see a lot of people, you know, wanting to start YouTube channels, or whether it's Facebook Live or whatever platform, Instagram. Everybody's in the game now, right?
Yeah.
But I think a lot of people are hesitant to get in front of that camera. Were you shy at all in the first time you did it, or were you just like, whatever?
The very first video I made, and I remember it, it was a review, or it was supposed to be a review of the movie Transformers: Dark of the Moon.
Okay.
And I hope I still have footage of that. And also I hope not, because it was embarrassing. But whenever I got in front of the camera, it's like, I actually was not nervous. It's like I felt, because I'm already like an outgoing, like I'll talk to strangers if they come up to me and want to start a conversation. You know, I won't go up to them, but if they come up to me, I'll continue the conversation. I'm not antisocial, so I guess in my mind, by talking to the camera and by putting it online, it's kind of like doing that, you know? I honestly had no fear. I don't recall. I mean, I probably did, obviously. I mean, people do usually have nervous tendencies. I mean, that's a human reaction to something that's totally new. I just don't recall that, but I'm pretty sure at some point I was like, ugh, I hope they like it, or, oh, you know, like, it's just, there was some hesitation. I'm pretty sure. Yeah. It was just so long ago.
What advice would you give to somebody then that's thinking about doing it? Just do it?
Well, again, that goes back to the challenge. You know, being nervous and being intimidated to do something, that makes it a challenge to do it. That makes it almost a little difficult because you don't know the outcome. But I do want to say to like people who are considering starting a YouTube channel, or maybe you have started one, and it's small and you like to grow it, or if you're pretty well established, whatever. Whether it's YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat, Twitter, whatever it is, you want to start, and you're probably nervous or you probably don't know what to do. My main advice is don't stress. Okay, don't stress, because when you begin to stress, you begin to treat that platform as an extension other than yourself. So, like, for example, if this YouTube channel was something I'm just now starting, I'm gonna be like, oh, maybe I should like sit this way and do this and do that, so they'll like the video more. When you don't stress and you calm down and you just be yourself, again, self-value. When you be yourself, you're not gonna be nervous at all. When you know who you are, when you know the kind of content that you can offer, go for it. Even if you're at zero, start at zero, because that's what I did. Started at zero. I got no training. Nobody helped me. I never, I didn't have the best equipment. I probably had the worst, but I used what I had. And I used that as a stepping stone to learn and learn and learn. And as I learned is as I grew. And as I grew, the better I got. So my thing is overcome that challenge of hesitation. And just go for it. I mean, it's not going to hurt if you try, it's just go for it. I'm telling you, if you step out of your comfort zone, and that's another thing I want to say, your comfort zone, success only exists outside of your comfort zone. You can't be successful and be comfortable at the same time. Now, hold on. Yes, you can if you have established success. And you have a nice house, or you have a really good wealth, and you're comfortable. But I mean, to get there is uncomfortable. There's failures, there's hesitations, there's challenges, there's problems. You're going to face it. And there is also some things that people are a little not really happy in getting is denial. Being told no, not being approved for what they're doing. That's also plays a good part. But you know what? If you supersede that and you go beyond that and you chase that dream, vision, goal, whatever you have that's inside of you, that drive, or if you wanted to start a YouTube channel, I'm here to tell you that nobody can stop you but yourself.
Do you read...
I'm sorry.
Sorry. No, that's great, powerful stuff you're sharing. Do you read books? Do you take time to read books to learn some of this, or or watch videos, or?
You know what? Honestly, I try to read as much as I can, but with my busy schedule, to sit down and read, really like a good reading, is difficult. But I do some reading. I do reading. I read success books and I read a lot of ebooks. But most of my reading is really research. I do a lot of research. I like to research, history, from theology to philosophy and science. I do a lot of research, so that's where most of my reading is allocated to. This knowledge that I have, that you're probably wondering where did it come from at 19. I don't know. I honestly don't know. I guess it's from experience, or it's from hearing other people. It's just things I've gathered over the years that I found to be very valuable.
You'll see there on the screen. I think Jason's acting on behalf of TVSN. Episode 1. I've always said it means my son's listening, which is really good. When I started my show 5.5 years ago, I had no clue what I was doing. I'd been an entertainer, so I wasn't afraid to talk and do whatever. Right. But I've said for the longest time, you got to have an episode 1. You got to start.
You do.
Right?
You have to start. That's it, man. I mean, and people tell me, because somebody told me the other day, hey, man, the sky's the limit for you. You're going to be really successful. And you know what I told them? I said, no, it's not. The sky's not the limit. You see, the true limit is your vision. The vision's your limit. Nothing's limiting you. The sky can't limit you. I mean, you can argue it, but there's that thing where they went to the moon. Yeah. The sky's not the limit. Your vision is the limit. Well, you are the only person.
I think it was Helen Keller who once said, I would sooner have no sight with vision than or how did that go? I'd sooner have vision with no sight.
Yeah.
Than sight with no vision.
Like that.
Right?
Yeah, absolutely.
So what's next for Alfonso Peterman? I mean, you're an entrepreneur, you're a speaker, YouTuber. I know. I mean, I'm always creating. Looking to do my next thing. So, what's the next thing for Alfonso Nation?
Well, for the channel, I have some outstanding things planned. I'm telling you, I'm not announcing it to anybody.
Oh, come on, give us a clue.
Okay, it's going to be really, really surprising, and it's going to be really enjoyable. But at the same time, you're going to find value in it. It's going to be long-term value. You're going to find that it's going to take you a long way beyond Transformers. It's going to transcend the movies, the action, the excitement. It's going to really help you on a personal level.
Oh, wow.
So you get ready for that. And I'm actually working on that right now. And that's just one project. I have some other things and people I'm connected with and companies I'm contacting to get some other things done. But in terms of the channel, yeah, it's some really awesome things are being planned, and I'm going to pursue them, and I'm going to keep going and grow that fan base and build that platform. But at the same time, impact people on a personal level so that they can get some value out of my videos.
Right.
That's about it.
What about, okay, so now the tougher questions are going to come.
Cool.
Just before, and I maybe didn't prepare you. You probably, what about your personal life?
Okay.
How do you balance all of that? And is there someone special around?
No, not at the moment. That can change. I'm open to it, but I mean, honestly, I just, it's just mentally. I mentally balance what I do. I know how much time to allocate towards making videos and how much time to allocate towards school and towards my personal hobbies or my loved ones. It's a pretty good system of balance. That's really all it is.
Yeah.
It's a good balancing system. So I think I've been managing that pretty well so far, hopefully.
Yeah. Well, I have to tell you, and for those of you watching, we've got just a few minutes left. If you want to come on the broadcast or there's a link to click on, come on in and say hello. If you're too shy for that, we welcome you to make your comments. If you've got any questions for Alfonso or comments, whatever you'd like to share, we'd love to hear from you and engage with us. And Kyle, Ethan, and I don't know if Michelle's still out there, and Jay, and everybody else who's watching, we really appreciate you being here. After this broadcast ends, the replay will be on our Facebook page, the Video Show Network.
Awesome.
And we'd ask if you would follow us around on the Twitters and the tweets and the Instagrams. It's all at TVSN World, so we appreciate that. What do you do it's kind of a tough question because you're really doing what you love, but is there a special hobby that maybe you haven't mentioned or something you want to try that you haven't done yet?
Something that I want to try. Well, I mean, it still has to do with YouTube, but I do want to learn animation, how to animate my own cartoon sequences, and because with that, I mean, that's limitless. You can make your own episodes, and it could be comedy, it can be serious, it can be whatever. So I want to learn how to become more of a creator in terms of technology. Whether that means inventing things like actual devices that people can use that have never been heard before. I know I have an entire Word document full of stuff. I think about 50 things I've typed up of things that I have, I'm sure is not being tried before, have never been tried before.
Cool.
I'm sure somebody have thought of it at some point, but
right.
There's things I want to try.
Right. What about we haven't talked Transformers yet. That's kind of what I guess attracted you and Jason to meet. What are your predictions for this next Transformers? Because there's some really big changes have come around there in this next Transformers movie. It's hard to believe some of the things they're showing us in the trailer.
I am in total disbelief. And I'm also in total shock because when I first heard about the subtitle "The Last Night," I was like, okay, well, this is probably about medieval history, right? And I knew that, but when I saw that first trailer, the teaser in December of 2016 with Optimus Prime, and he's dead, and then he's fighting Bumblebee, I couldn't believe it. And then the other trailer came out, and then it was the I forgot. I think a Super Bowl trailer, and then it was the Fight Like a Girl trailer, and then it was that third trailer that was the big game changer for me. But I mean, in terms of the film, I think there's going to be a whole lot more surprises that we don't yet know, because I know Michael Bay. We all know Michael Bay from his past record. You know, we know his style. We know that he's going to reveal some epic things in trailers. He's going to reveal some big stuff. But at the same time, he's going to keep a lot of the secrets for the film itself. He's not going to, he's not going to reveal things like that. That's why you have to take that into account. Like when people thought that Optimus was going to kill Bumblebee. Well, I mean, if that was the case, Michael Bay wouldn't hint that, because that's a major thing in a movie. So there's a lot of things that has not been yet said, and I feel like the movie itself is going to be one of the most explosive films in the history of Transformers. Based on what he's doing and how he's incorporating all of these different factors into one story,
yeah.
I think that no one will be physically capable to sleep in the movie theater. So I'm excited. I'm pumped. Those trailers got me, and especially that third trailer, man. Whew, I'm ready. I'm ready for June.
Coming to a theater near you.
Yep. I'm actually gonna. I plan to travel about an hour away from my town to go to an IMAX theater.
Okay. Nice.
Because I want to witness that in IMAX. This is actually the first film in the history of ever that is filming the movie with custom 3D IMAX cameras. That has never been before done, and I think it will only be done justice if I see it in IMAX theater. So that will be my first film in IMAX.
Right. Well, so, I know. I don't have a choice but to go, right? Because Jason makes me. But we always have a good time, and we're looking forward to seeing it as well. And looking forward to. There's Michelle. She's still there. And
hey, Michelle, yeah, I see that. Great interview. Thanks for sharing.
Yeah, definitely check out his YouTube page. Michelle, Alfonso Michelle Dion she's on my video show network, and she does an internet radio show called Positive Power with Michelle Dion. So she's all about the good news and the good stuff in the world too. So I'm sure she'll check out your YouTube page, and she loves to connect with people.
I'll check out hers as well. I'm all about good stuff and being positive, man. I mean, in a world of negativity, you just gotta be positive. Yeah. Spread what's left of it, because that's really important these days, man. It's chaotic what's going on these days, and so I encourage everybody, love each other, be kind to one another, and just really spread positivity, happiness, and love. That shred of it that's left in our society. We have to bring it back, because if we don't,
but I think there's more of it out there than we think. I think we just have to seek the right directions. We've got to get rid of the garbage in the head, and
true. I agree.
And again, that's where I say these kind of things, this platform, Be Live TV, and even if you don't use Be Live, just on Facebook or YouTube, whatever you're doing, just used properly, we can really connect with each other. I mean, honestly, so we've connected. I know Michelle's connected. I guarantee you she's already probably going to your YouTube page right now and Facebook. She'll find you and connect with you. She's so awesome to have around. So new friends have just been made using this platform.
Which is awesome.
Yeah, it absolutely is.
I'm always open to make new friends and meet new people, and hey, we can always get value from each other.
That's
right.
Just
got to find out what it is.
Could we ever talk you into coming down our way for a visit?
You're joking, but hey, you never know. I may actually.
I'm not joking.
Okay.
We'd be happy to have you down here.
serious face. I would love to travel up. That's one of the things on my list is to go up there to Ontario. I really want to do that.
We'll have to make that happen.
We will. We definitely will. And it may be sooner than I expect. Who knows? Depending on the current actions of our government. But yeah, I mean, I'm excited. I'm ready to travel and spread my business and my company and travel the world. I'll also do YouTube.
Fantastic. So we got to wrap things up here, but I just want to say thank you seriously for spending an hour with us. And I know we're going to continue to build our relationship, myself with you and Jason and everybody. So thanks so much for your time. And everybody, check out his YouTube page, Alfonso Peterman, and Alfonso Nation, and Facebook and Instagram, all that stuff. And thank you for coming into our life, Alfonso, and having a positive impact on my son and myself and everybody who was fortunate enough to be able to see on this broadcast tonight.
Well, thank you so much for having me. I certainly appreciate it. I value our friendship and the connection we've made online, and I'm confident that it's going to grow in the future. So I'm excited.
All right. Enjoy the rest of your night, Alfonso. Thank you.
Thank you, man. Have a good one.
Well, what an amazing broadcast we just had with Alfonso Leon Peterman. And thanks to all of you who watched this live broadcast. I'm doing a live broadcast now, simply called Live with David, every Tuesday night, 8 o'clock Eastern. Wow, what an amazing young man, 19 years of age, Alfonso, and has already accomplished and overcome so many great things in his life at 19 years of age. Very popular YouTube personality. And motivational speaker. Michelle, you get out there and you get in touch with Alfonso. I know you guys could do some great things together as well. Thanks, everybody. The broadcast is going to end live, but the replay will be on our Facebook page, the Video Show Network. Check us out there, and if you haven't already, please like us. We like likes, right? Who doesn't like to be liked? And share it all around. The replay will be up there forever and ever, as far as I know. So thanks again, everybody, for watching. Next week on my show, 8 o'clock Eastern, Tuesday, a very special guest. Really excited. I've got some really cool guests lined up, just like Alfonso there, and I'm so excited for what's about to come next week on my show. But you're going to have to keep an eye on the Facebook page. Yes, I'm teasing you. So thanks again, everybody, for watching. On behalf of myself for the Video Show Network, I'm David Burrows. Thanks for watching me live. Bye for now.